Hey, it's Dana, and I am back to share with you. A lot of people have asked me, as you can imagine, Dana, how did you acquire a Facebook group that has 107,000 members and generates you 209 brand new leads every single day for $1,150? You guys want to see? I'll show you right now. Check this out. All right. So first thing is first. You're going to go and start looking for Facebook groups. Okay. So I just click on groups and then I search. So let's just decide, okay, who is your potential Facebook group? Who's your Dream 100 target? Who has your audience already inside of a group? Okay. And I'm just going to totally do this off of like on the spot. Okay. So I'm going to go with, let's say that we have a program for insurance agents. Okay, so our avatar is insurance agents and we want to sell them our program. So who has Facebook groups with insurance agents already that we could maybe go and acquire? All right, check this out. So I'm going to type in insurance agents. All right, so not everyone's going to be perfect, but I'll show you kind of what I look for. So I'm going to go with groups here. All right, you can even narrow it down to where you want to search and that kind of thing. So help for insurance agents, that looks pretty good. So I'm pretending I have an insurance agent offer or an offer program for insurance agents, and I'm looking for groups that have insurance agents. So that one looks pretty good too. Insurance agent discussion group looks good. That's kind of a more beginner one, but if that's what your avatar is, great. Insurance professionals, that might be good too. Okay. Network of those type of insurance agents. Okay, life insurance lead generator. That would be life insurance agents looking for leads, I would imagine. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop there. So we've got 7 that I've kind of gone just in 1 second here. I would obviously go after more than that, but I'm gonna show you kind of what I look for when it comes to this type of group I want to try and acquire. So first things first, I'm gonna go into each of these groups and I'm gonna click the About tab, and then I'm going to show you sort of just my own qualifier, if you will. Okay, so check this out. We have, if you scroll down, there are 7.3 thousand members. Now that number can be deceiving. So a non-engaged group of 700,000 versus a very engaged group of 7.3 thousand are very different. Okay, the 7.3 thousand might be even better. Probably is. So that's not the end all be all. Don't just focus on that number. Okay. Next, what I'm looking for is I want to know how engaged it is. So that number is great, but how engaged is it? So that I know by going down here and knowing how many new posts there have been. So in the last month, there's been 826 posts. That's pretty good for a group this size. That's not bad. Okay. Now there's no new posts today. Obviously, you want to see activity, but also we want to know what does the growth look like? Okay, so how many members in the last week? 304. This group is growing like crazy. That's a lot of members. Okay, they've got almost like 5% growth in the last week. That's crazy. Okay, so that's really good. I like to see that. And it is engaged. That's a good amount of posts in the last month. So the next thing I'm looking for is who all is involved, how much red tape or how much work is going to take to get the decision maker. And that I can tell by looking right here. How many moderators are there? Are there a ton? That's not a good sign if there are. Is there, like, how many admins are there? Are there 10? That's not a good sign. Is there 1? That's a good sign. Okay, so the less right here, the better. That's the key. And actually how I got my huge group is there was only 1 admin and no moderators. So guess what that meant? That person was overwhelmed and they did not they were ready to get out. Okay, that was obvious. So right here, this is not too much of a different situation. So this person is the admin. I want to talk to them. So what I'm going to do, since it passed all the other kind of tests that I was glancing at, I'm going to open them in a new tab. And I'm going to go and I'm going to show you another example, and then we're going to go to the next step. Okay. So step 1 is qualify the group and then find the admin. And then I'll take you to step 2 after that. But here's step 1 again. With this group, again, 11,000 is the size. 5 new posts today, 71 in the last month. So you can see this one's a lot less engaged than the last one. And then how many members this week? 38. It's growing a lot slower. So no, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't say this is still good, but it's just not as valuable as the other one, as you can see. And then here's the other thing. You can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 cooks in the kitchen. That's not good. Okay. Why is that not good? Well, that means that you have to go through 7 people to find out who's actually in charge. All right. A lot of them don't know when you ask them. And then not only that, it most likely is run pretty well because they have so many people involved. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is a no-go for that reason. Okay, we'll go to another one just kind of to bring this home. So we got 3,000 members here. All right. 22 new posts today, 500 in the last month. That is super engaged. That is a really good group in terms of engagement. Okay, new members in the last week, 274. That is crazy compared to the total members. That's almost 10% in the last week. That is growing like mad. Okay, growing like mad. And then another thing you can look at too, this is more of the diligence, but which I'll get into in a second, is we want to look at how it's ran. Okay, we're not going to make an offer until we know how the things ran. Okay, so check this out. This is what I like too. There is only one person, one cook in the kitchen. This is a prime, awesome opportunity right here, most likely. Okay, at least from the qualification steps. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that person, that admin, and we're gonna put this person on the short list as well. Okay, I'll do one more. So we'll go like this one. Okay, insurance professionals. 30 new posts, 675. That's pretty good for 15,000. That's good. It's engaged. Growth, not as good as the other ones, but it is bigger. But and then again, so these are actually my friends that are members. So don't get that confused. This right here are just my Facebook friends that are members of the group. So Gloria is the only admin. That's good, right? So we have, I'm going to go ahead and say that one is a go as well to pass this step. Okay, so the next step is to join the group, all these groups, and then peek around, see what the posts are. Maybe the posts, they've got a ton of posts, but maybe they're all crap, right? Or maybe it's really irrelevant to what you're trying to do. You don't know until you join. So one of the best things you can do is you click, so step 2 is join the group. And in doing so, okay, that's actually a good sign. It's kind of a good sign. So when you click join and you could just automatically join like that, that means that the group is not monetized very well. Okay, so I don't want to actually be in that. Whoops, I want to leave the group because I don't want anything notifications from that. Anyway, so I'm gonna go to this one. So that's a good sign. That's like step 2, pass. Click join group. And I'll show you. Hopefully, nope, man, these are run really bad, which is a good thing for you. That means it's a good deal because they're not monetized. Okay, and I'll try this one. Come on, you got to be doing better. Oh my gosh, these are all such prime opportunities. So here's why that's really bad, that I could just join without answering any questions. If it's actually monetized, right, and they know what they're doing with it, they're going to make you answer questions in order to join. Okay, so they're like you've probably done that before. So the reason that's really important is one of the questions should absolutely be getting someone's contact info, specifically their email or phone number or both. Okay, so one of the intake questions in order to join the group is you have to provide me with your email address or your phone number so that I can have that to market to you outside of just the group. Okay, so that means that these groups are probably not monetized overly well. So what's cool about the good news is now I can be in the group and show you live the next kind of thing that I would be doing. So I'm gonna go into the discussion. I'm just gonna look at, again, actually I'm gonna go to this one I got really excited about, right? Because it was very engaged and crazy growth. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and click discussion and just make sure all this stuff checks out before I actually proceed to the next. So I like to look at the about, just kind of see what they have going on, if they're monetizing it well or not. You can just kind of tell it doesn't seem to be here. It's not commercial at all. This is just terrible about. And by the way, it's like getting a good deal on anything else. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, this person's house, like their yard is a mess. Like if they would just do a little landscaping, this thing would look so much better. Or like, wow, they chose the most ugly color of paint in their kitchen. That makes it look so bad. But like, I could just paint right over it. I could just mow the lawn and it'll look so much better instantly. That's what this is. Okay, that's what this is. That's the crappy lawn. That's the crappy paint color. Okay, so these are little things that you can fix. So I'm just going to kind of glance through and see. Okay, so this person is just basically asking a very standard, hey, should I join this company? Insurance agent kind of question. Now this probably not the best type of post you want to see. So that's kind of a spammy thing. That's not a helpful post. This is a great post. It's got engagement. It's an actual question by an actual person that is an actual human that is deciding about joining State Farm. So if you have an insurance, a program for insurance agent, that's a lead for you. Okay. All right, so that person probably same thing. That's a lead for you. Has anyone takes family kindly? Okay. All right, so that one's kind of pushing their own stuff. I don't think that's great. That one's not great. That's not great. Okay, so this starting to look a little worse. Okay, this is why we do this. Take this step. But so far we have like 2 leads, right? In the like free leads in the last day. Do you see how this is so important? Okay, how much would 2 qualified leads cost you of insurance agents if you were to do paid ads, for example? Probably close to $100, right? For qualified leads. Well, guess what? You got them in this group and they came to you. That one's not good. I'm not gonna lie. That one's not good. That one's not good. Okay, so it's, yep, not good. Okay, so what I would do is I would say, you know, the majority of these posts are bad, and a lot of this, honestly, they should just get filtered out and shouldn't even come in here. But the point is see, there we go. This person might be a lead too. Okay, so if we can sift through this and just little elbow grease to clean it up and like set rules, like you can't post links, right? Like it automatically doesn't even show up, or like you know, different things have a moderator in there. It doesn't take very much time. You can clean this up and okay, and so get a lot of that stuff out of here. So I'm not saying this group is a no-go, but I am saying that it does need to be cleaned up. That's why we get a good deal on it, right? Okay, so I'll show you step 3, which is the final step in getting the acquisition. So in other words, let's say that, you know, this had how many posts in a day? 22. Okay, let's say that 20 of those are crappy and they're not relevant, not leads. 2 of them are. Awesome, we got 2 free leads today. We're gonna get 2 free leads tomorrow, and then 2 the next day. We got 14 leads per week. That's probably pretty dang good for considering what you could probably purchase this group for. Okay, so I'll go back over to this group. Oops, this one. I'm gonna see what's going on here. Okay, kind of looks like the same deal. Oh, here we go. So any agents that provide home insurance, boom, these are all your leads. Okay, boom, 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 boom. That right there, that thread, 15 leads. Okay, that's pretty good. Not good, not good, not good. Looking for brokers. Okay, that might be a lead. Okay, not good. A lot of not good ones. Same deal. See how this, like, this opportunity is sitting right there just for someone to come in and just do the little things. Again, terrible yard. Don't even have an about. Okay, so the wall doesn't even have paint. Okay, that's the equivalent of this stuff. So here's what's cool. You can come in and we'll go to step 3 now. So step 3, we're gonna just reach out to these people and we're gonna see, you know, we're gonna see if they have any interest in selling. So we're gonna go to that first group, which is this one. And this is the admin for that group. So I'm gonna click add friend. The reason I do that is because then, assuming he accepts it, my message will end up in the inbox, his messenger inbox, as opposed to the messenger requests, kind of like the spam filter, right? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pop open the Dream 100 software, which makes this so much easier, by the way. So if you don't have Dream 100 software, by the way, there'll be a link below or somewhere for you to grab it. Otherwise, just go to joindream100.com. You can get a 14-day free trial. It's pretty freaking awesome. Okay, click that red button and get there. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna copy this guy. I'm gonna add him into the Dream 100 software. All right, and then I'm gonna show you exactly how easy it is to go and get yourself some Facebook groups or other traffic assets, YouTube channels, blogs, what have you. Okay, so come back over. Boom, here he is. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try and make this as simple as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and click on objectives and I'm gonna say acquire Facebook group. That is my dream outcome. All right, so how's that gonna happen? Let's say step 1 is verify group. Group is viable. So let's say that's you know, whatever you want to do there. If you want to go back in and look at more of the posts, etc. And then let's say that you want to reach out script 1, follow up, script 2, make offer, and then close deal. All right. So that's our step. This is literally our checklist to make this happen. Why do you think I got that Facebook group? Because I had a checklist that I followed. You just check it off as you go. It's that easy. Okay. So we already made sure that the group was viable. It is a possibility for us. So I'm going to reach out now with script 1. All right. So you can, in the Drupal software, here's what's so cool. You can save your scripts in here. So you can literally click on any script, bam, and it copies it. Okay. And then what's really cool too, check this out. Click this button and a DM window opens up with that person. Okay. So what I'm going to do then is just paste the script, but instead, because I don't have the exact script for the sake of this video, I'm just going to type in, hey, I'm interested in your, and then boom, Facebook group. Love what you've created. Smooths them a little. Have you thought about selling it? So you don't want to come across overly interested, okay? But you also want to show that you would like to buy it. All right. So I would just send that. Okay. And so then to keep track of this, obviously I just reached out with the script 1. So I would have all these scripts saved right here in the software. That's what I would do, what I do in my own. And then come back in here in the notes section, sent out, actually the first note I'm going to make is I'm going to copy the URL and group, boom. Okay, so then it's saved. I can just click there and I can always get back to it. And then I'm going to update the note just like a CRM. And I'm going to say sent script 1 on January 27th. Boom. So now I know if they don't respond to me in a couple of days, I can go ahead, come back in here and copy script 2, send it, check off that I did send script 2, update my notes and go from there. So kind of the next step in the process, once they've responded, they'll not all respond. So that's okay if they don't. Once they've responded, then you just kind of get into the negotiation stage of the deal. Okay. And again, use this Dream100 software. It's amazing. There's so much more to it that I'm not going to be able to get to right now. But just go to joindream100.com. Anyway, the last kind of piece of this process, step 4, is you're negotiating the deal. And the goal, like the old kind of golden rule of negotiating a deal is he or she who says the number first loses. Okay. So the reason I got my group of 107,000 plus with 209 posts per day for $1,150 is because I let him say the number. Okay, in my opinion, it was worth a lot more, but that's okay. He got his price. He got the price he wanted, which is great. So what's even better is a lot of times you can work with them. So let's say that this person comes back and they're like, well, I've never really thought about it. And you're like, well, just throw me a number. And because they're always gonna be like, well, how much would you give me? And you just throw me a number. And insist that they are the first to mention a number. And some of them may have a crazy idea, which you can always ask, well, how much revenue has this group generated for you? To which most likely they cannot justify that crazy number, and you just move on. But the other thing that happens is maybe they say, I would take $3,000 for it. Okay, great, that's amazing. I'll give you $3,000. How about you let me do 4 installments of $750? And they'll be like, yep, done. So guess what? You got that group for $750 out of pocket. That's pretty amazing, right? Considering to think if you get 2 leads a day, you close 25% of your leads. Day 2, let's say your program's $1,000. Day 2, you have an ROI. Okay, isn't that crazy? So this is why that's so important. This is exactly how I acquired my group of 107,000 plus that's producing 209 leads a day for only $1,150. And that's how you can do it too. So go to joindream100.com, grab the software, makes this whole process super easy, holds you accountable to actually doing this stuff. There's a lot more awesome like leverage things that the software lets you leverage. And you can even get your get assistance, VAs doing it like I do. But that's exactly how I did it. Comment below if you dig this, if this was awesome, and I'd love to do more of these types of videos for you. And go ahead and get your 14-day free trial Dream 100 software over at joindream100.com. Thanks.